So for this layout, you need a background paper, and we're going to, whatever you use for the background paper will also be the tree, like the one piece of the tree. So in this case, I used this green, and then the back side was part of the tree. So this is going to be the background of my layout. What I need to do is I need to cut a circle right in the middle. And we're going to use a circle cutter to cut 5 circles today. And we're going to start with a 10-inch circle. So you're just going to put the line on the 10-inch and tighten it. And if you don't have the circle cutter yet, what I'm going to suggest, or if you haven't done this yet, is place a black mark, sorry, right there, right in the center of your circle cutter so you know where the blade's going to cut. So it's going to cut right there. And then put 2 marks, one on each side, right where the blade is going to cut. So how I do that is I take my paper and I run it up to where the blade is, and I turn it over and I put a Sharpie mark right there. So I know when I put my circle cutter on the paper, I can see that black line here, and I know I'm not going to cut off the page. If my black line is here, I know I'm going to cut off the paper. And I'm sorry, that's not straight. There we go. So we're going to cut a 10-inch circle. So what I'm going to do is line this black line up with the 6 inches and this black line up with the 6 inches. And that's going to cut right in the middle. So we're just going to press and cut. And that's our first circle. And then we're going to take the inside piece and our 12-inch trimmer and trim that down to 11 inches. So we're just taking an inch off each side. And now we have the background to our layout. So we'll just set that aside. We're going to take this large circle and we're going to cut it in half. And remember, you don't have to measure with these circles as long as you have the 12-inch trimmer. However you place it, it's automatically going to cut that circle in half perfectly. You're going to keep one of these circles and cut it in half again. Just set that one up top. And then this circle, we're going to place on our cutting mat so that it is centered. And that's why the 6x6 or the 13x13 cutting mat works really well. And we're going to go down to 6 inches. So we're going to cut 10, and now we're cutting this down at 6. And we're cutting that half circle. So this is scrap. And this one we're cutting in half again. And then we're actually going to take this one again. So we're just using these all up and putting it on in the corner here. So you have your 6th line and your 6th line. And then this is the tricky part. You're going to line up your black line with this edge and your cut line with this edge. And get this all the way down to 3 inches. So out of this one paper, we have cut 10 inches, 6 inches, and 3 inches. And so we've made these 3 triangles. Now we need to make another triangle. Actually, I wanted this side up. That's the side I wanted up. I wanted the houses. So now we're going to take another piece of paper and we're going to make an 8-inch circle. So we just move this down to 8 inches and place it on our paper. So I'm going to make sure that I'm not going off the paper here, and I'm going to make sure I'm not going off the paper there. And I'm going to cut a circle. And then I'm going to cut this in half. And I'm just setting that aside, and I'm gonna cut this in half. And then I'm going to take this little half, or sorry, this half. So we did 10, we did 8, we did a 6, and so now we need to do a 4. And we're gonna do that same process. We're just going to line this, the black lines up, and we're going to cut. And you could cut into a fresh sheet of paper if you want. I just didn't want to do that. I just wanted to, I can use these for something else. And you're gonna cut. So if you take a look at the triangles that we cut out of the circle, so I'm just gonna I wanted that house. I think that's kind of fun. It's busy, but it's fun. So this was our 10-inch circle. So we're gonna line that up. This was our 10-inch circle. This was our 8-inch circle. This was our 6-inch circle and our 4-inch circle and our 3-inch circle. And then you can space them out however you like on your layout. At one point I had them kind of doing this, which is kind of fun, or you can, make them go the right way. For this layout, I popped these up on foam squares. So I don't know, can you see that? I don't know the best way to show that. You can see that they're kind of popped up a bit. From this leftover piece of paper, I cut 3.5 by 3.5 squares for right here. And then a white cardstock was 3 3/4 inch squares. And then I just decorated it. And that is my cute little layout.